Today you will learn how the Gullah people have gone from slavery to nearly losing their civilization altogether. The Gullah and Geechee people were brought over from West Africa in order to be used as slaves for rice plantations. Once arrived, the Gullah were sold off to slave owners in South Carolina. By the middle of the 18th century, the regions of not only South Carolina, but Georgia and Florida were covered with nearly thousands of acres of rice fields. The Gullah people are African Americans who live in the low country region of South Carolina and Georgia, which include both the coastal plains and the Sea Islands. The Gullah people and their language are also called Geechee, which some scholars speculate is related to the Ogeechee River near Savannah, Georgia. The term Geechee is an emic term used by speakers. Gullah is a term that originally used to designate a language spoken by Gullah and Geechee people, but over time it has become a way for speakers to formally identify both their language and themselves as a distinctive group of people. The Georgia communities further identify themselves as either saltwater Geechee or freshwater Geechee, depending on their proximity to the coast. The issues in the modern Gullah culture is that they've had to fight to try to maintain their land. There have been private developers that have taken the tracts of land belonging to the Gullahs for building touristic resorts. In the recent past, the Gullah people have been involved in a tussle to keep their traditional lands. Their leader, Penn Center, has been instrumental in their quest by the Gullahs to regain their land. Development is the main reason why the traditional home of the Gullah is being endangered. Private developers have taken the tracts of land belonging to the Gullahs for building touristic resorts. Meanwhile, a milestone that has been achieved in the Gullah culture is the introduction of the Gullah Bible. However, the Bible isn't the only thing unique about the Gullah people. They are known as being an African American group who has been able to maintain unique language. Gullah is thought to be a shortened form of Angola, which is the name of the group that was first imported to the Carolinas in the early colonial period. Geechee, on the other hand, is known to link back to Western Africa. Meanwhile, the Gullahs had unique cuisine, folk tales, culture, and last but not least, religious beliefs. They would have religious meetings in small houses which were known as praise houses, which were spiritual outlets for enslaved Africans on the plantation. Fast-paced, rhythmic hand-clapping accommodations, ring-shout songs, while they moved counterclockwise in circles, making certain never to cross their feet. The ring shouts are thought to be related to the communal dances found in many West African traditions. The word shout is thought to be derived from the word salt, a West African word of Arabic origin that describes an Islamic religious movement performed to exhaustion. The Gullah's distinctive culture is what sets them apart from others. According to scholars, the bluebottle trees is used to keep evil spirits away. They are effective on a particularly known goblin known as Flat Eye in Gullah culture, which is the evil spirit of someone who was improperly buried. The spirits are known to come out at dusk and are inside by slanting light refracting through the sparkling blue bottles. Once inside, the spirits are trapped. Some say they are vaporized when the bottles are flooded with morning sun. Meanwhile, others claim that the spirits can't escape and that you can hear them moaning in agony when the wind blows through the tree branches. Stick pounding is one of the other unique things about the Gullah people. It is known to come from the South Sea Islands. One of the things that would happen is when they would go out to find slaves, they try to get people who are from different nations, so that they wouldn't be able to communicate with each other. And so it caused the Gullah people to make a language that everyone could understand. That way they were able to communicate with one another in secret. However, what ended up happening is that there was a slave revolt, and the only way they could communicate with one another was by the drums. But the drums ended up being banned and taken away from them. Although this didn't stop them. They were able to create a new way of communication by using different rhythms. For example, they would use a large wooden stick and they would pound the corn The slaves would end up using those pasos to make the rhythms go, and it worked. The slave owners had no idea what they were doing. All they knew was that they were working. Not only was it an effective way of communication, but it was a survival technique they developed as well. Thus, as you can see, the Gullah Geechee people are known for their unique cultural habits. Although it is unfortunate that they have to fight in order to maintain their culture alive, they have done a good job on passing it down in their generations. This is the life of the Gullah Geechee people.